One of the best examples, I think, of what is a fairly simple but unbelievably engaging piece of seduction was from a company called Imaginarium. They're a toy store, and I think they're in the States. They're certainly here, and they're probably in Europe as well. And someone came up with the idea of two doors. So the first door is a big normal one that you might go through into a shop. And the second one just sits next to it and is pretty much designed for 6-year-olds. It's their size. It's only the size for the 6-year-old. And that door sucks 6-year-olds in. They absolutely get pulled into that shop, right? Because it's designed for them. So therefore they understand it's designed for them. So therefore it's where they're going to go. And as far as I know, I think that was an internal that the teams came up with as an idea. And it's just beautiful. I actually spent a little bit of my time looking at people as they were going past the toy store. And even those people who didn't end up by going in, just adults that were walking past, well, by the time they'd finished walking past, they had a smile on their face. And because the warmth of what that was doing kind of translated to them as well. But again, we've got to be careful here because it's not just always fun. And that is definitely a fun thing. It's not always fun is important and that will kind of persuade people to do things. So another example, in the north of England, we used to take our kids up there, and because the kids would get bored, we used to take them out to a local playground. And that local playground had some benches that I'd sit on, and then the kids would be all over the climbing frames and the slides and various other things. But it also had 2 rubbish bins outside. It had a normal round rubbish bin, and it had another rubbish bin that was designed in the metalwork to look like a frog. I mean, it was incredible. It was a really lovely thing. Okay. And I just sat on the bench and watched people using those rubbish bins. And you know what? Probably only 1 in 10 people used the frog bin. They weren't interested because almost everyone else that was walking down the path, which was just a little bit away from the bins, had their rubbish and went and threw it into the bin.
Okay.
So it was the challenge rather than the fun, which was the engaging aspect of this. So there are certain things which trigger different types of behavior and different types of seduction. And sometimes it can be a challenge. Sometimes it can be fun. There are a whole load of other things that you could think about. Again, if you have an expectation, it's more likely to be wrong than right. So that ability to be able to test, try it out, is always critical to any of those kind of seductive techniques.